So I'm gonna explain on how to do every single one of the Sprocket out of bounds glitches, or like going through wall glitches. So you wanna have Sprocket on a certain path, which is this one. So you wanna have this upgrade. This one is optional. Definitely don't get this one, and get the tank. And these two upgrades are optional. So then to set up all those glitches, you have to first put your turret on top of the other player. On top of the other player's head. By either using a slope or just doing it on the ground, but that's quite hard. And then just placing it somewhere else so it's off their head. After you've done that, every single turret you place after is going to be glitched. So if you want to just clip through a wall slightly, to like stand on the other side, like sometimes there's a small platform you can stand on, like jump off, which is sometimes useful for speedrun glitches. You want to place the turret, enter it, and then drive to the wall you want to clip through. And now these characters are basically linked. And as soon as you exit the tank, she move for a short while. She's gonna be completely, because you can pass through anything, and she's gonna be attached to you. So wherever you move, she's gonna move as well. So I'm gonna exit the turret there, and I'm gonna move with blast shift in the direction I want her to clip through the wall. So basically, I'm gonna go close to the wall, move in this direction, and also exit the turret at the same time. Exiting the turret by jumping with Sprocket. Like this. Boom, and she moves through the wall. Because I moved. So you can do the same thing, same principle. If you want to clip harder through the wall. For example, if it's like a thick wall, or it's just hard to clip, or you just don't want to get stuck in it. You go close to the wall again. But this time, instead of moving, you actually shift in the direction. So that's like called a shift clip. And she gains an entire shifting distance in the clip. So you want to exit the turret and then shift with blast shift. Like this. Boom, and she gained an entire shifting distance. So in the same principle, you can also move up by jumping. But that's not really useful unless you want to like jump on a mushroom. She goes the same distance high. But mostly we're going to use it for like shift jumping. So you shift jump by pressing B and A on the controller. So if you jump and shift at the same time. And if you do that while she's exiting the turret, she also moves that same distance. So slightly forward and up. So I'm going to show this right here. Like that. Boom. She moved up and forward. And sometimes you can get to like those staircases if you do it right. Another thing you can do is move her through the ground immediately, which can sometimes be more useful than like a wall, for example, because it's just faster. So when I enter the tank, and you want to be like in a falling motion when she exits the tank. So either jump on like a jump pad or something and fall down, or you can just jump and at the peak of your height, exit the turret with Sprocket and then fall down with her, and she falls through the ground, like this. And she's through the ground. But sometimes, just sometimes, it's not even enough to like clip through the wall or going under the wall or going up and at the same time. And not even a shift jump is a shift clip is enough. Then you can do an even further distance clip with Sprocket. This one is done by stretching the band as far as you can, because that's how far they're gonna go with the clip, and placing the turret. And then when you enter the turret, she's always gonna follow your looking direction. So basically, this band in this direction. And then if I turn around, she's gonna be the same distance on the other side where I'm looking. So if I turn to this direction, she's gonna be the same distance in this direction, or the same distance in this direction. But I'm gonna go same distance in this direction to put her right over there. So I place the turret, look at the turret, and then enter the turret and turn around. Like this. And she's over there. She can move around and everything. So sometimes after doing this, she clips through the ground for no reason. So just to prevent that, you can jump and exit the turret at the same time. Like this. Just so she doesn't clip through the wall. And then if she's like somewhere you want her to have, you can just take off the first player like this. Remove him from the game. And then add him again. And that should bring you to her. Unless she's like on some weird ground. But this is basically how you follow with the first player. Because there's no way to warp him here. But after you take off any of the two players, after you set up this glitch by putting it on someone's head, right? You have to repeat the glitch. So it stays through loading zones and everything, through conversations. But it doesn't stay after you take off one player. If you take off one player, it goes away immediately. If you take off Sprocket, it goes away. If you take off Blast Shift, it goes away. The band just... they're not linked to each other anymore, basically.